Victoria and Anne were no strangers to struggle. Living together in a small rented house in rural Jamaica, they juggled their jobs, barely making enough to cover their bills while taking care of their ailing parents. Their mother's health had been failing for years, and their father, once strong and independent, now needed constant care. Every paycheck they earned went into food, medication, and utilities, leaving them with little for themselves. Despite the hardships, Victoria and Anne never complained. They did what needed to be done, waking up early to cook, clean, and care for their parents before heading off to work. Some nights, they barely slept, taking turns monitoring their mother's breathing, ensuring their father took his medicine. They were exhausted, but their love for their parents kept them going. Their two other siblings, Jack and Adela, lived a different reality. Jack, the eldest, had a comfortable job in the city and rarely visited. Adela, who married well, lived in a nice home with her husband and children, spending her days hosting brunches and posting her perfect life on social media. To them, their parents and struggling sisters hardly existed except when they needed something. Whenever Jack or Adela faced hardship, losing a job, a relationship crisis, or financial trouble, they would show up at Victoria and Anne's door, playing the role of the loving siblings. They would borrow money, eat their food, and cry about their problems, only to disappear once things got better. But when Victoria and Anne reached out for help, especially concerning their sick parents, the answer was always the same. Me have too much responsibility already. Me sire help right now. Yet, in front of other family members, Jack and Adela painted a different story. They told everyone that they were the ones supporting their parents, that Victoria and Anne were selfish, refusing to let them help. They spread lies, twisting the truth so much that even distant relatives started believing them. One day, their mother's condition worsened, and the doctor recommended an expensive treatment. Victoria and Anne, desperate for help, turned to the extended family, hoping someone would assist. But Jack and Adela had already poisoned the well. "Dem no war we help mommy and daddy," Adela told their aunt, shaking her head in fake frustration. "Every time we offer, dem turn us away. Me and Jack do the best we can, but dem's stubborn." The words spread like wildfire, and soon, no one wanted to help Victoria and Anne. They were alone in the fight. One evening, after a long day at work, Anne broke down. "Victoria, me sire do this alone anymore. We need help." Victoria, though exhausted, held firm. "Dem na help, Anne. We afi do it fi wisself. No matter how dem try fi break us down, we cannot give up pon mommy and daddy." With renewed determination, the sisters found alternative ways to make money, taking extra shifts, selling homemade goods, and even seeking help from kind-hearted strangers in their community. They leaned on each other, proving that no matter how much betrayal they faced, their love for their parents was stronger than any lies Jack and Adela could spread. Months later, their mother passed away. Jack and Adela, who had been absent for months, suddenly showed up in their finest clothes, crying the loudest at the funeral, acting as if they had been the ones caring for her all along. But this time, people saw through them. Quiet whispers spread among the crowd. People had started noticing that it was always Victoria and Anne who were around, doing the hard work, while Jack and Adela only appeared for show. After the funeral, Jack and Adela tried to reclaim their influence. But Victoria and Anne had learned a valuable lesson. They no longer sought validation or help from family members poisoned by lies. They built a strong support system with real friends and people who saw the truth. As they stood by their father, still fighting to give him the best care possible, they realized something. Blood makes you related, but loyalty and love make you family. Jack and Adela could continue their charade, but Victoria and Anne knew the truth. And in the end, that was all that mattered. Moral of the story: not everyone who shares your blood will stand with you in hard times. True family are the ones who stay, fight, and sacrifice, even when no one is watching.